Hello everyone, I'm Psychotic, and that's also my screen name. We are back today with episode 14 of our Medieval Dynasty playthrough. We are getting ready to launch into what I like to think of as the Spring Scramble. We ran around doing quests and collecting things during winter, and now spring is around and we've got to actually do things around the village. So we're going to go ahead and load up our game, and while we're looking at that, I might ask if you learn anything useful. If you have a good time, please don't be afraid to drop a like. If you're feeling friendly, maybe go ahead and subscribe. But without further ado, let's go ahead and drop into it. Alrighty. So at the end of our last stream, I was crafting some knives for us to use for selling to get our taxes paid. I made 60 of them. We're going to go ahead and throw some other things. Spring's right around the corner, side of green trees. Everybody's happy. Yay, what did we earn? 15 mood. We'll take it. So yeah, I made 60. We figure we've been getting an average of 200 per 10, so we're looking at about 1,200, or yeah, about 1,200. Where'd my donkey go? Donkey! Really? You went back into the stables. You never do that. Okay, so one of the things that I do want to do, because we need to do some harvesting stuff, so we're going to put those knives on him. I do want to get a couple of scythes made so that we can go ahead and harvest the fields. We're actually not going to start with the one behind our house. Speaking of, I want to shift one of our workers for the fields to someplace else for now. It's just a temporary move, and you know what? We can move the fisherman to fish for a moment, because we need him to not be... That was weird. Roland. Oh, I think I went about it backwards. Okay. So we need to take Roland, and we're going to put him in the fishing shed for now, because we don't want her to clear those too fast. We want to be able to actually clean up one ourselves. Now, I did read that they did fix the issue with workers not using tools out of storage. Apparently that did used to be a thing. I knew that. But apparently that is no longer a thing. They will use tools out of storage. So we're going to go ahead and start dumping our tools in the storage. And if I remember right, we still had some fishing spears on us, unless I put them someplace else. It looks like I put them someplace else. So we have a bunch of other stuff that we were going to sell that's in this hut here. So we're going to go ahead and take these out. And with us, we will give them to our donkey to carry for us to sell. So we're going to be able to clear out at least one person, probably more than one, to be able to make some money here. Not the fishing spears, we want those. And I'm still wearing fur like an idiot. But that's alright, we will get that fixed up here momentarily. Let's see, we'll put our junk torch in there and we'll keep the 100% one. Our knife we want to hold on to. The stone spear can go away now. The torch can go away. And the wood spears can go away. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and equip our new torch. There it is. There we go. And then we're going to come up here and see about making these. Stone hose are going to be made over in the forge area, though. So let's take, we'll say 2 logs? 2 should be enough. We'll take 8. I'm not entirely sure how many it takes, so we're just going to take 8. So our farmer's going to start harvesting right away, and that's fine. We can let her harvest. We just don't want her to start replanting. Oh, I was right for once. Somebody want to write that on the calendar? Psych was right. Alrighty, there we go. So now we can take these. We're going to need to equip them. Am I overburdened? No, I'm just moving slow for some reason. So we're going to want to take some stone hose. I was not right. I was wrong. We already had a stone hoe. What we actually needed was stone sickles. So strike that, pull it off the calendar. Status quo. Now, I can't remember if sickles use logs or sticks. I gotta be careful. There's boar over here. And some more broadleaf. I also want to get ourselves a shack up here soon. Oh, right. I didn't go over our goals for the day. Okay, so our goals for the day are to get our 2 fields combined into one big one. And we're going to take the field behind the house and make it bigger and use it for animal feed. And we want to get our taxes paid. Speaking of, what did those come out to? So that's $1,300 in taxes. Now, when I finished up with the knives after the end of our last stream, we did unlock the sewing hut tier 2. So that's going to be a thing that we're going to want to craft as well. That'll give us more building experience, which, if we recall, we needed building experience to make. Honestly, I don't even remember what we were trying to make. Oh, good, it is sticks. What? Oh, it's 6 stones. Blarg. Okay. Oh, the mine. The mine needed building experience, so that's actually going to be good to upgrade, even though we don't really need to upgrade it, just to get that building experience. Sorry, I am like a chipmunk on crack right now as far as attention goes. So let's go ahead and get our sickles up, and we will take that second field for her. Because I don't want her... She'll get to the end of the first field and start trying to plant it before she starts the second field. So we want to actually help her with that. So we're going to take these stone sickles and we're going to put them in 8 for now. And we're going to go get to work. We did get all of our houses except for our own upgraded. So they're all the second tier house except for ours, and I don't think we can fit a second tier house there. Size-wise, it looks like we might be able to cram one in there, but remember they have a little bit of overflow on either side for the eaves, so I don't think it's actually going to fit. And that's fine. I mean, it's not ideal, but we don't need a 2-bed house, or a 4-bed house for ourselves. We only need the 3-bed, because we can only have 1 child. All the NPCs can have 2 children, which works out really well, because we need them to have 2 children to replace the couple as they age out. Whereas us ourselves, we only need to replace ourselves and our wife. But you can't replace your wife with... you replace yourself with your heir, but you can't replace your wife with his sister, because that's not good. That would be a totally different type of stream and probably not okay on YouTube. So we only need 1 bed for children. We really need to get the bronze sickle unlocked. We have the capability to do it now. The problem is funding. It is not cheap, and we have other things that we really need to be spending our money on at the moment. So we're just going to work this field, and I know it's kind of slow, and I'm sorry. It's spring, it is what it is. I suppose I could have slept and done this before we started the stream, but I still try to put as much as I can on stream for you guys, so you know that I'm not doing anything shady when I'm not recording. Like, there's no cheating going on. It's all straight vanilla Medieval Dynasty. There's no mods, there's no cheats, there's no nothing. And our settings are complete vanilla. They are basic standard. We didn't change a thing. And I know there are some things that I could have changed, like the faster crafting. And going forward, we will do that if we do another series. But for this one, we want to finish it out in vanilla because we want to maintain our economy. Because when it takes time to craft things, that plays a part in the economy. And that does weigh into the cost benefit because the time taken to craft is part of the cost. But we need to account for that when we go to craft things because, I mean, we've taken upwards of half a day, sometimes a full day, of just crafting at the end of a stream to get things taken care of, depending on how many of them we have. So that does change your cost-benefit analysis. So any playthrough that claims to be vanilla that's got the fast crafting on really isn't because you've changed the cost-benefit analysis. So some of the things are going to be less costly for their benefits, which completely shifts the economy. But that's basic economics. Alright, we're just about done with our field here. And one of the things that we need to do as soon as we're done, that was perfect, is make sure to destroy it so that she doesn't try and help us. Okay, now we can grab one of the extras from here and re-equip it because I'm not smart and didn't grab one ahead of time. So remember, a field of 50 takes 2 stone sickles. A field of 100 is going to take 4, obviously. It's basic math. But, and a field of 100 to both fertilize and seed takes 1 linen bag. But we don't want her to waste any of our fertilizer trying to fertilize this field because we're going to change it over. So that's why we're helping here. Normally I would let her handle it. She's more than good enough to get it all done. Perfect. So now, before she can do that, we need to go to destroy. Ha! Ha ha! You were trying. I saw you. Okay, so now we've got our build in place. We're going to go to buildings and farming and field. So to get this, we're going to want to come out a couple. Like so. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And then we're going to go into management and fields. Shoot. I forgot about the other field. We should have cleared it first. I wanted this to be field 1, not field 2. And she's over there harvesting, isn't she? No? Yep. Okay. So let's go through and wipe this guy out. Now, I had noticed that sometimes you can get away with swinging your camera to get a wider arc on this, but there's kind of an art to it, and honestly it frustrates me more than it helps. So, no. No, 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 no. Don't you do it. There we go. Okay, so if we look at our fields now, yes, it is now field 1. So we are going to make this entire field flax, and she has everything that she needs to plant flax here, so we're not going to have to help her at all with that anymore. We're just going to let her go to town. I'm hoping that she will be able to do that without any help for the beginning, because the beginning's kind of wonky. These bushes are going to get wiped out. It is what it is. There's no real help in it. So we're going to do farming. Nope. Yep. Field. Now remember, we had to come 3 back from the corner. So 1, 2, 3. Nope. 1, 2, 3. There. So we need 2 tall. So that's 1. There's 2. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. So that's going to be our new field here. And we're actually going to grub this one up for her. And this one's going to have... we're not going to do flax back here like we have been for the money. As much as I do like money. We're going to do oats back here. The oats are the other half of the equation for the animal feed. Because remember, we're trying to get away from having to rot excess food intentionally for fertilizer. So we're going to get some piggies, because the only thing that they produce is poop. And we're going to use piggies to... 2 of them should be enough to do our field easy. So we're going to use 2 piggies, and then we have to feed our donkey too. So this field should provide enough of both to feed our donkey and our piggies. Whoops. There we are. I screwed up, didn't I? I'm carrying too much to move. Donkey, I need your help. Can I move now? Barely. We're not actually going to let that rye rot. Oh, look at her going to town. Fair enough. Okay, so we're going to come on up here and we're going to turn our rot into fertilizer. Now remember, we get a free season of fertilizer over the winter, so I'm hoping that that's going to offset us until we can get our animals, provided we keep going with what we've got. So this isn't going to take too long. It's gonna be a little bit less than 2 minutes. But we're going to go ahead and use this to make our fertilizer. Remember, it's going to be 100 for the field and 30 for the back, so we're only 10 off by using 2 of the fertilizer things, provided we put cabbage in them. Now, we've been throwing cabbage in them, but we still have leftover cabbage from last year. And we will still have cabbage left over when the next cabbage harvest comes in. So using our cabbage is not a big deal. So this is overkill. She's got enough fertilizer to do with both fields right now. The only reason that we're actually doing this is to get it ready for next year, so we don't have to buy any, or next season, so we don't have to buy any for next season. Also to clear it out so that we can put more in. Hopefully the leftover rot that we got in the food storage and the cooking shed from things that rotted on us naturally instead of speed rotting should put us up to 130, which is what we need for both fields. Almost there, guys. There we are. Donkey! We're gonna ride him over there. This is gonna be faster. Okay, so that's a thing. Apparently it's not just trees. If you run into anything, it throws you off. Okay. Oh, we can't put it all in there. There's too much crap. Okay. Well, she got some stone hoes. She got some stone sickles. Got enough flaxseed. We've got enough cabbage seed. We definitely have enough fertilizer. Simple bags. We're going to have to get her some more of those soon. But she's got some regular bags to take up the slack, so I'm not too worried about that. Let's take our rye back out. So our rye, what I'm going to do with that is I'm just going to put it in the barn. We're going to thresh that at the end of the episode when we're getting ready to cut the stream. That way we don't have to sit through threshing of 656 rye. More, actually, because there's some over in storage, I'm sure, from the stuff that she harvested. Did we set up our second field to be... No, that one's fine. This field, we did not set up field 2. So field 2, we want to be oat. So rye and oats are what we're looking at for animal feed. And we don't have any oats, so we can't plant them just yet, so we're going to have to get that handled before the end of the season as well. Now, I'm going to throw our excess hose in here in the hopes that I was not lied to and she will use them out of here. Now, we do need to find our rye. There it is. So there's another 268. We got a crap ton of rye. Snag a drink on our way by. And we're going to throw this in the barn as well. Now, eventually we're going to have somebody in here that can do this for us, but for the moment, that's not a thing. Okay, so if we go I and H, so his food didn't go down, but it might just be because he's our mount. Okay, so what's nothing left in there? Our fertilizer in here. Has she used? She hasn't used any yet. So we still have 30 fertilizer and nowhere to put it. So if we take that rot out, that'll give us room for 1. So let's take like 5 of these out. Wow. Okay, so let's take 4 of these out. There we go. Oh, almost. Let's take 1 of these. Can we put 2? No. We'll take the rye grain out. No. Alright, an extra sickle maybe? That's 1. There we go. There we go. Okay, and I totally forgot to throw the fishing spears down. You know what? We're going to throw the fishing spears in here and see if that makes him happy. Because if we look at our management, our fishing spears should be having an issue. Oh! Excellent! Congratulations on getting somebody to join your village. We're actually going to try to increase our village a little bit today because I made the mistake. So you are capped out on your workers and population based on your dynasty reputation. And I made the mistake of thinking that 6 out of 6 meant I could only have 6. And that is not true. So I've been holding our village back by accident in this series. And we are going to remedy that as soon as possible. The only reason that we're not... Oh, no worries. I appreciate the watches. I really do. I'm still very, very small, and I'm not the greatest orator or anything, but I like to think I kind of know what I'm talking about. I mean, at least I'll admit when I'm wrong. Right, I'm still wearing the damn fur for winter. At least our house is easy to find right now because it's the only small house and it's still wattle. It's or daub. It's not the nice stuff yet. So take our regular pants and our regular shoes. We'll come on down here to our pants and our shoes. And get rid of this fur so that we don't overheat. Those are heavy gloves. And our trousers with cuffs. There we go. Oh, we do have some oat grain. I already bought the damn oat grain. I don't know what I'm talking about. So let's go ahead and put that in here. I don't know if it's going to fit. I really don't, because we just cleaned out a bunch of stuff up here. Well, most of it went. So, what can we pull out? I guess one of these again? There we go. Alright, so we'll eat a potage. There we go. Oops, no, I want to ride him. So we're going to grab some crap to take and sell so we can pay our taxes. And I still haven't put the damn fishing spears in the storage. We're performing an experiment with the storage to see if... Somebody had said that they had fixed the thing where you used to have to put their tools in the container by their workstation, and somebody said that they have fixed that where they will now get them out of here. So we're kind of trying to see if that works. I'll put our simple bag in there. Yeah, put the rye grain in there for now. Okay, we look clean. Feathers. I forgot to grab the stuff we wanted to sell. So we're going to take all... No, we're not going to take all of the feathers. I want to leave behind at least 20 to make some arrows. There we go. And we could make some stuff out of our leather to take with us, but I honestly want to save the leather. Well, let's... Yeah, we're going to save the leather for making bags for the workers. Rye grain, salt. Salt we were thinking about selling. These simple bags are just leather. Now we've got way too many broadleaf plantains. So they're 2 apiece. I want to keep 25 of them. So that's 70, 69. 25, yes. I can math. Okay. We have a bunch of wooden bowls in here that we can make. We'll worry about that when we get back. We're going to take our stuff and go sell it at the nearest town. Which is right over the hill. We just have to watch out for the boars up here on the edge. We'll also take a peek at what they have for the new year for villagers, because we need to snag some more, particularly production and gathering ones. So we need to get some of that production started so that we're not wasting all of our time crafting tools. I would like to automate as much of that as possible. I need to focus on building so that we can get our building technology up to the mine so we can start having nice tools instead of stone stuff all the time. Okay, so our taxes are right around 1,000 we saw. So we're going to have to make sure, and I think with those 60 knives that we made that are currently on the donkey. So we'll take the poison, we'll take the basket, we'll take these feathers, the torch, the knives, 60 knives. So we've been getting 200 gold, or coins rather, for 10 knives. So this should clean him out. Easy. Probably just on the knives alone. So we'll just go down the line. It's going to be easier that way, I think. We need to keep the food for ourselves. Let's, stone knives. Yeah, he'll only buy 47, so he's tapped out.
See you soon.
So now we need to go talk to the gal that does weaving. Yep.
How is the best goods in the valley?
So we've got more knives for her. There's another 260 coins. We can get rid of our stone spear because we got the... They have been up to now, but we're starting finally to get into things that are worth a little bit more. Seeds actually are going to be our main source of income. We're going to get a little over 1,000 off of just the rye leftovers, and that's not even counting the rye that we want to keep. So flax is actually going to be your biggest moneymaker, because flax seeds, you're going to get quite a bit more than what you actually need back, and they sell for a significant sum. And they are very light to carry, so your profit per weight carried ratio is very, very good. We just got the donkey last episode or the episode before, so we're still kind of trying to see how that's going to affect our economy. Feathers are good money too. They're no joke. I mean, if you notice, I just dropped off a crap ton of them while we were there too. But those 60 knives made us more money than the 300 feathers that I had. And 60 knives really isn't that bad. If you've got your people with if you have an excavation hut, they will collect stone for you. And also if you know where to look for stones. And then sticks, you can have your lumber guy grab sticks as well. So if we look at our management screen here, we've got under extraction, so our excavation shed. So we've got them working on mostly stone and limestone now. I pulled them off clay. I was trying to use clay to make... yes, always keep some for arrows. The bow used to be a poop weapon back when I first started playing. And then I took a huge hiatus. I just recently came back to it for this series, so I'm kind of treating it like a new game. But the spear used to be the end-all be-all, and now it's basically an emergencies-only weapon. The bow has really come into its own. But clay and straw does your daub. When you... There's a skill, rather, under building that allows you to... That's not the one. Yeah, I've tried to do that myself, but doing a series like this, I really can't anymore. I actually have to force myself to stick with it. I am terrible about loving the early game in any survival because that's when you struggle the most, so I like to learn to streamline that as best I can. Insulating firewalls, or walls to lower firewood consumption. So that's why I don't know if you've gotten that far yet or not, but that's why our house over here looks the way it does. Yeah, when I started, so my first build ever was right here. And then, so the general consensus has always been that the three best places to build are here, here, and here. So my first playthrough, years ago, when the game first came out, I built here. And I liked it, and I did expand a little over into here, because the mine for Branica is really easy to get to, and it's not guarded. To the right of Gostov. Oh, okay. So, and then this one here is really flat too, but you've got a ways to go for any of the caves. This was the only area that I'd never really built in before, and I wanted to try it, and I'm kind of digging it. We've got a really big flat area here. Oh, left of Gustav. Oh, right here? Yeah, I've seen some people build there, but it's not really considered the best because of the sparseness of the trees and the lack of rocks. Like, compared to up in here and over here and down here, you really don't have much in the way of rocks. And that's our cave currently. Okay, so I completely got derailed because that's a thing I do easily. Right, we got our money. We're up to 18, which is enough to pay our taxes. And we got this over here settled. Co-op, yes. I have been preaching that in multiple episodes. That is going to be huge for this game. She's still going to town. We're in good shape there. So yeah, I've got that daubed, and then the limestone. I'm a little disappointed because these are the stone walls that you can upgrade to, and I love the way they look, and they're the main reason I'm having stone issues right now. But this is what the limestone insulated stone walls look like, and I actually prefer that cobble look to these. But these are more efficient, and I have always been a function over form kind of person. Unfortunately, limestone is much, much harder to get than mud. I do too. I really do. So we did get our fields handled. So our next step, I forgot while we were in town to look at the new... Oh, I didn't sell that pouch either. To look at the new people that they have for the year. So we're going to... yes, winter is rough. Winter is very rough. He is using the fishing spear. Because we had two in here and one's gone. So it does work. They do actually take tools out of here now. That is fantastic. So we're going to take both of those. We're going to take... So we could make some more knives, but we're not gonna right now. Let's see where we've got... We've got enough food. I think we're going to actually... take a pass on that village, and we're going to come around the other way. We're going to go down to the starting town, Gustovia, or I believe it is. And we're going to go ahead and quick save because we don't want those wolves to take our donkey out from under us. So if we follow this stream, and there is a camp here, so hopefully we don't encounter bandits at it. If you just hit your first winter, buckle up. I did not see any bandits my first year, and I have had bandits every year since in random locations on the map. And the archers are the most dangerous because they will one-shot you. They go for your head. Alright, where's that wolf? There's that wolf. So let's go ahead and take him out. My biggest problem with the bow is I get impatient and try to make shots from too far out. And I've been trying to work on that. So now we should be safe for our donkey to get through. Now we do have to be a little careful on this stream because that drop-off is kind of a doozy. I actually went with the recurve instead of the longbow. I know the longbow does a little bit more damage, but the recurve has quite a bit more... Hello! Has quite a bit more durability. So I went that route instead. Hey! Free coins and copper. We always love copper we don't have to dig up. Shit, there were 2 wolves this time. No! Run, donkey! Run! Did we get away? Fair enough. I collected a bunch of knives along the way. Did you get the backpacks from the lady that does the lady in Denica is a seamstress, and she will give you the largest backpack and largest pouch, and they stack, which is why our current carrying capacity is 65. And I grabbed those on day 1. Well, you did say you'd watch the first couple episodes, so you saw exactly what we did. I keep forgetting that people actually care about things that I do now. That's not normal to me. Not very many people, but some people. Okay, let's not run him out. And I do want to make sure to quick save through here because we've been jumped by bandits twice in this section. I don't like that I have a very limited range of view on horseback. That makes me very nervous. Well, donkey back. We can't afford the horse yet. So the horse is a little over 10k coins, and you have to get quite a ways down the tree before you can build the stable, whereas the donkey shed is fairly early. Animals are a little wonky. They're kind of like your villagers, where you have to pay attention, because they do have lifespans, so you need to make sure that you get breeding pairs and keep them up that way, or eventually your mount will die and you will have to go buy another one. And I would rather just have a breeding pair that gets me there. What do we have going on over here? Some pear wine and rye bread. Alright. You know what? Let's take that pouch out of there because I keep forgetting to sell it, and that way it's on us. Get on the donkey. Thank you. So I actually expected the field to take us longer than it did. Oh, I forgot to move the fisherman back to the field. Ha ha ha! Roland, you, sir, are no longer on the fishing hut. You are back into the farm shed with your erstwhile wife. So that'll get the fields done a little bit faster. They're much faster than they used to be on those. Roland is part of a quest for your wife. If you complete the quest, then you get him. He has a 6 in fishing and a 3 in everything else. Your normal villagers, the highest they can be is 3 in something. So he is as good as the best possible villager in everything except fishing, where he is twice as good. So let's go ahead and head in here. Okay, before I forget this time, is there anybody here worth having? You have a 3 in production. We will take you. You have a 3 in diplomacy. We don't care. And you have no 3. So you, Miss Oswalda. Yay! You are now a villager. Merry Birthmas. So we're going to put her in the house with our other single male. And hopefully they will bear children for us. And we are going to put her in the workshop to make knives for us so we can be lazy. Let's see. Not the smithy, the workshop. There she is. Yes. Which means now we actually have to assign a workload to the workshop because we have not been up to now. So we want production, and we want workshop. And we're going to go over here. So we would like for you to make for us stone knives. Why are they not in here? Why can you make all of these things but not stone knives? That's... Well, that's disappointing. Oh, no, it's not. I'm disappointing, not that. We're not putting her in the workshop, we're putting her in the smithy. That's on me. I'm just special. Okay, so if we go to the smithy, we can make... There we go. Yep, that was just me being dumb. It's no biggie. So what I would really like is one of these a day to keep our mining stocked. And I want one of these a day to keep our wood stocked. Well, that requires a hammer, does it? So that just... so the stone pickaxe just requires free time. A wooden hammer just requires free time. So we're going to have a wooden hammer a day. I don't know that we're going to be able to get everything that I want out of this. Yeah, I can't get the stone axe to where I want because we can't see. That's going to be the same thing. So we're going to need to get a couple of wooden hammers going before we can get that sorted out. Now, does it have to be a wooden hammer? Could we do... No, let's not do the copper hammer. We don't want to give up our copper until we can get a constant supply. I do want to make some more copper arrows, though, particularly since we're going to be fighting that bear again here relatively soon. So let's see about... Throwing stones aren't smart. Can you do sickle? No, they all take tools. So what we're going to do is we're going to get a boost of pickaxes for now. So we're going to go for 2 pickaxes and we're going to go for 2 wooden hammers. And then we'll drop them both back to 1. Alright. Sure. So 3 pickaxes, 2 wooden hammers to start. And then tomorrow we will drop the wooden hammers back to 1 because she's not going to go through them that fast. And we will drop the stone pickaxes back to 1 because they're not going to go through them that fast. And then we'll be able to add the stone axe, the stone hoe, the stone sickle, maybe and definitely stone knives. So stone knives are going to be what we overproduce because we're going to use those for selling. But everything else we're going to leave more or less the way that it is, with just 1 of each. Maybe a fishing spear. I'm not particularly worried about fishing spears. What do you need? Is it quick and easy?
Greetings, stranger.
Can I help you with something? Could use your help. An elderly man who can't craft just an axe? Sure, I can do that. That's going to be some easy points. New axe. 3 stone axes. We can totally do that for you, mate. Alright, now where is our taxes? Unagust. Yo. Yep, we met Walrod. Yeah, I wanted to ask you about Kestrel. Said it's not his story to tell. Your attempt at being casual seems like you're having a stroke. Fantastic. Okay. Okay. So this is digging more into Lorden's backstory. And I've been trying not to spoil that for everybody. Also, it's boring to sit here and read a screen during a stream. So I'm kind of skimming at this point. The story is very interesting. I definitely recommend reading it. But maybe not on stream. They started having an affair. Fantastic. Oh. Oh, this story is not good. Well. Okay, well that was not what I intended to do when I went to talk to him. I just wanted to pay my taxes, that's all. Wait, did we not? Oh, we did. We have 700 left. Okay. So we also, while we're down here, need to talk to what's-his-nuts, Alwyn. So we need to go talk to Sambor for that quest. We'll worry about that a little bit later. We do need to deliver the rye while we're here as well. We may as well get all of them caught up while we're down here. Oh, sweet. 200 coins. Excellent. Oh, that was the end of her quest line? Neat. That makes me feel better. Alright, then let's go talk to Alwyn while we're down here because his stuff likes to span seasons. Right, he's still outside the village. Hey, Alwyn. You get any better with your bow, buddy? Okay, we're gonna quick save first, because I don't know that I can beat him. 64 points? No! How many shots do I have to do this in? 3. Okay, so there's the target. Just get some real good distance here. We're gonna draw and fire. How'd that do us? 23. So as long as we hold it still. 24. That should have beat him. $13 on the last shot. Son of a bitch. So do we bitch out and quick load, or do we actually pay to try again? Nah, let's do it legitimate first. If we run out of coins, we can always bitch out and quick load. I've been trying not to save scum any more than I absolutely have to. If it's not a game over, there's no reason to cheat, so to speak. Okay. Oh, that was a good score. So we beat him in 2 shots. And our third one tanked again for some reason. Okay, well that actually makes us break even. Because we should win 100 gold this time. Okay, so we actually broke even on coins because I screwed up the first one. And we're okay with that. That's not a big deal. So most importantly, we did not pull any shenanigans. I'm going to quick save now, though, because I really don't want to do that again. Okay, so we're going to go back to our donkey. And we're going to go and check the other hobos, the other villages. So there's one right across the river. And then we can... So we're going to hit Borowo. And then I think we're actually going to swing down to Dynasty. Oh, we should really check those two. We need people badly. Although we really can only take one more male and one more female until I build another house. So maybe... Maybe we just check 2 towns. I hear you, donkey. So that's always the downside. You can't pair 2 males in a house. You have to do a male and a female. We tried that earlier and it just flat won't let you. So... But we did get our backyard field in place now. So we can start building houses in the row behind and not have to worry about tearing something down to build another one. Hello! You guys have any decent skills? You, sir. You are production. We will take you. And you are also production. We will take you both.
How is life treating you?
Okay. Great, see you there. And you. Great, see you there. And there's our male and female. So that worked out. So we are going to take Baldwina. And we're going to assign her the small empty house that was our placeholder house that we never tore down. And thankfully we never tore it down because now we're using it. And then we'll take this guy and put him in there with her. So we're going to want one of you in the kitchen. At the risk of sounding sexist, we're going to put the female in the kitchen. Where? It's not a kitchen, is it? It's a kitchen. There it is. Yes. And then we're going to put Samagost. What other production do we need? Because we need him in production. We have somebody in the smithy. We could put somebody in the workshop. I don't know that that's a particular need at the moment, though. The barn? Nope, the barn's the wrong. We can't sort this by skill, can we? I actually think he's going to have to go in the workshop until we get our other stuff up and running. Oh, what did we get for skills? Diplomacy. So, we have empathy, which turned out to be relatively useless. Common sense when talking to them works well. Let's take some barter, some points in barter. We did diplomat, which is more dynasty reputation. But we put some points in barters for the money. Oh, you can get faster production done by your NPCs, too. I almost wish I'd done that instead of barter. Good host. I don't care about that. Our mood's been on the upswing. Romeo, we already have our wife, so that's irrelevant. Diplomacy, knowledge. The experience would be nice, but honestly, it's not that big of a deal. So we're going to go with... Well, we already put the points in barter, so we're stuck with that. But that's okay. The inspiring speech, I think, is going to be our next goal after barter hits 3. I'm not going to bother with the diplomacy knowledge until later, because you get diplomacy XP by selling things to NPCs, and we do quite a bit of that, so I'm not going to worry about it over much. Now in our buildings, we're almost to that 3rd tier house. We're 8 points away, so we're going to actually build our upgrade to the tailoring hut first. And that's going to give us, hopefully, enough points that we can go straight for the tier 2 or tier 3 houses for our new folk. But as of right now, there is no more point to gathering more villagers because we are now out of houses to put them in. Because even our placeholder house is now taken up. So we're just going to head home. And I need to remember that there is a wolf along the stream. There was a second wolf for some god-awful reason. Oh, we never made that guy his hammers. Or his axes, rather. Alright, so let's do that quest so we don't lose any dynasty points by that expiring. There's a bunch of rocks right down here, so that shouldn't be an issue. I would grab some of the straw while we're down here, but we have over 1,000 now, and we're not really using it anymore because we're doing the other roof types. So, we're not... Whoops, that's not what I meant to do. So we're not even going to bother with it. There's some broadleaf. There's the rocks. I knew they were down here. Doop, doop. Now, I don't remember... Are axes, Are they logs or are they sticks? I think they're sticks, because otherwise how would you get your first axe? Oops. So he needed 3... Yeah, they're sticks. They're sticks. We're fine. He needed 3. We've already got 9 rocks. We just need sticks now. So let's... There's some sticks. I wish that the stick bushes would show when you use that skill, but that's okay. We'll make do. You get used to looking for them. They're just a little harder to see at night. Okay, can we make 3? Nope, we can't even make 2 yet. So it takes 10 sticks. You wanna actually grab the sticks, maybe? Thank you. Okay. Sticks, sticks, sticks. Are we up to 30? We are up to 30. So we should be able to make all 3 for him. Yep. And then we'll whistle for Donkey and go turn these in. I don't think he's a seller or a merchant. I think he is just a dude. So we should be able to hand these in by waking him up. The merchants will not interact with you while they're sleeping. And I think that's to keep you from selling things 24/7. But normal people generally don't have that same issue. I've been able to turn in quests in a couple of other instances to people that were sleeping. So we'll see what happens. Oh no, he is a merchant. Son of a bitch. Wait, that's not the right... No, that's a new quest. We don't want the new quest. We want the turn-in. Alright, so that was just me being dumb. Let's see what we can do. I was gonna say, I didn't think he was a merchant. Yeah, there we go. Thank you. Alright, now we head home. So the only town that we haven't actually been to yet is Hornica. So Hornica is actually where the horses are purchased. So we will get down there eventually for obvious reasons. But for now, we're not really going to worry about it. Now, the other real question here is we have 962 coins and not really anything to spend them on anymore because we're starting to become self-sufficient. I mean, we do need to save up for another donkey. We do need to save up for our pigs. But I think in the grand scheme of things, it's going to be worth our time to pay for the fast travel to get home. Just so we're not traveling all night in the dark with the wolves. So we are headed to Denica? Denica.
Greetings.
Need a ride to Denica. 310. So that's only, what, 15 knives? Donkey! Donkey, where are you? This way. There you are. And since we've got them on sticks and stones, I am not going to bother with collecting a bunch of shit along the way. Because we should have some in storage. So we have our pig pens up and running for piggies. We do need to... Right, houses. Houses is what I needed to focus on. So we're going to get another house put up in the back. That's a piggy. Yes. There you are, piggy. Okay. So we line you up. All the way. Oh, there's 2 piggies. That's alright. So there's some extra meat for us. Not that we particularly need it. And it will also get us some extra leather, which we can use for money-making schemes. How did that... There we go. Can I recover that first arrow? Yes. Should break our knife, too. Nope, not quite yet. Soon, though. Oh, another piggy. You know, we don't really need the pigs. My main concern here is I want my path to town to be clear. I don't want to have to worry about stuff. Like, I should have gone back and killed that second wolf. I just didn't want to risk stopping too early and having him kill our donkey out from under us. I don't like leaving things on my major thoroughfares because I like to be able to ride without having to worry about anything. So let's go get our donkey and get back to town. We need a bath anyway. Okay, so here we are back home. We actually have all of the need-to-be handles. So at this point, it is about making our place better and not things that we have to do for the season. I am actually surprised at how quickly we got the seasonal stuff taken care of. I did not expect it to be that quick. I figured we'd be halfway through the season and still trying to fool with it. So it's coming together, and the more people we get, the better it's going to get, because now we're not going to have to make as many tools. It's just going to be nice. So one thing I do want to do is, I don't know, did we get a hammer crafted from her? If we go into storages and resource storage, is there a wooden hammer in here? There is not. So we're going to go ahead and slap together a wooden hammer. We're going to have to get rid of these stumps eventually anyway, because there's going to be houses back here. But for right now, we're using it as an excuse to get those free logs. And then we'll get some sticks together. And we will make a handful of wooden hammers for her so that she can get straight into work in the morning. Nope. I always hit tab instead of Q. I don't know why. We need more sticks. Oh, it's 10 sticks, that's why. Okay, so we need quite a few more sticks. There we go. See if we can get any more of these. It's really hard to see at night, and I don't like carrying around my torch. I like saving it for the mine. I think part of it is I don't use a lot of lights in my own life because I am mostly blind. Without my glasses, I cannot see at all. I need to be right on top of things to make them out. I am nearsighted in the extreme. I have to be less than 5 feet from somebody to tell who they are or even what gender they are just by looking at them. It's bad. So I'm with glasses I see well enough to get by. I can still drive and whatnot, but my eyesight is absolutely horrid. So I don't use a lot of lights. I do a lot of things by dead reckoning. Just I know how many steps, and that's one of my proclivities is I count things. But I know how many steps it is from what to what in my house. So I don't often turn on lights. I just kind of navigate by blind memory. And that tends to carry over into games. I have to remember that I'm streaming so that I light up things enough for you guys to see, because I have a tendency to not worry about it when it's just me. And particularly in games like Phasmophobia, once I figure out the layout of one of the houses in that game, I don't bother taking a flashlight anymore. I just walk it blind, because I know more or less where the walkways are. It's bad. Okay, so we can make another. There we go. So there's our 2 more wooden hammers. And we're going to put them in storage for her. And then we're going to shift her priorities to make some of the stuff that we wanted to be made yesterday that was not actually even started. So we're going to go over to management, and we're going to go to production. Let's close storage. Production, we want smithy. And we want to change our priorities. We're going to drop this back to 1. 1. I'm going to drop this back to 1 because we don't really need that many pickaxes. That was just filler because all it takes is free time for the pickaxes. And we didn't want to waste. Oh, okay. So we're going to want... We don't have them doing anything that requires a shovel anymore. A wooden hoe is all well and good, but I would much rather them do the stone one. So we're going to have them do 1 stone hoe a day, which should actually wind up being more than we need, but we'll see. And then we're going to have them do 1 stone sickle a day, which should wind up being more than we actually need again, which is fine. Okay, and then the rest of the points we are going to sink into stone knives. Which is not even going to give us 1 a day, is it? No. So what can we back off on? Stone hoe, we probably only need like half of 1 a day. So it takes 2? Or does it take 3 for our field? But we have 3 days to get 1. And we'll see how it pans out. If we still have to make 1 ourselves here and there, that's not a huge deal. We can probably do the same thing with the sickle. We can drop it back to a half. Maybe 0.49. And then we can increase the stone knives by quite a bit more. So that'll give us 1.6 stone knives a day, which still isn't great, but that's going to add up, I suppose. And once we upgrade the smithy, which I think that's one of our upcomers, isn't it? Resource storage house, woodshed mine. Nope, wrong side. Oh, we can upgrade the smithy now. So that's going to give us room for more people to work the smithy. So that's fine. So let's work on those. Let's work on the upgrades here. We're gonna go ahead and go to buildings and production. We have the sewing hut 2 that we're gonna start. And we're gonna start with the sewing hut 2 because there's nobody in the sewing hut, so it's not actually going to interfere with anything. So we're looking at mostly logs for this, it looks like. And some planks. Yeah, this is all logs. Looks like 5 per panel. With that exception, so we've got 1 panel, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we'll say 50 logs we'll start with. Do we even have 50 logs? On the upside, we can load up Donkey here and actually carry 50 at once. Okay, and I didn't count planks, so we're not going to have that straight off. So what do we have for logs? We've got 61. Let's just take them all. And you know what? We can just ride Donkey, because he won't be overburdened even though we are. So we'll ride Donkey over there while we're overburdened to the point that we can't even move. And we'll just have him drop us off in the hut so that we can reach multiple tiles without moving. And that will allow us to lighten our load without having to go anywhere. There it is. There's the bigger house. Still can't move. There we go, we can kind of move now. Enough to do what we need to do. And there's the hammer. Alright, that was dumb. Oh, wow. Alright, I gotta screenshot this because that is hilarious. We got the donkey standing on his... Oh, that's cute. That's cute. Okay, so let's ride on over to the smithy. Make ourselves a backup hammer. Now, I don't remember if this is going to take sticks or a log. I think it's a log, but I'm not positive. But I do know it's going to take 2 copper bars. Copper tools. 1 stick. 2 copper bars and 1 stick. So our stick and log usage is going to get a lot cheaper when we get into the metal tools. A lot cheaper. Let's make that copper bar out of the 2 copper that we found in that chest. Then we can stash that too. Yeah. Things are coming together. Alright, donkey. Back to the sewing shack, yeah? Yeah. Well, the forge is going to be the next upgrade, but we're going to have to actually go and get logs for that one. Because we are just about out of logs. Actually, we have the last of them on us. Okay, so that's going to be the base. So here we got 1. Yeah, we don't actually even have enough logs for this. Okay, so 3, 6, 9. Looks like 18 logs is what we need to finish this. And we currently have 4. So we need 14 logs. So we're going to ride to the nearest. So 7 of these trees. No, these give 3 apiece. I don't trust trees anymore since that one blasted us in the face. Okay. Crap. Well, that worked out. I don't know why I had so many rocks on me, but it worked out. Do we have enough to do that again? We do! Okay. I'm excited when things work out. I'm used to things going horribly, horribly wrong. So when things actually work out in my favor, I'm always pleasantly surprised. Not the donkey! Oh, that was close. So the trees are either out to kill me or my donkey. Sweet, an extraction level. I had a oh, mule. Yes, mule was the plan for extraction now. Because as much as, like, lower durability loss would be nice, mule is going to let us carry more. Each point into mule is an extra 5 kilograms, so we're now at 70. And we can use mule... Oh, no, we're now at... It gave us 2 points that time. Excellent! So we just got a 10 kilogram increase, and we can get 5 more. So we're now up to 75. Okay, and we needed 14 logs. How many do we have on us? We have 15. So... we needed 18 total? Yeah, 6 times 6. No, not 6 times 6. Oh my god. I already forgot what I was getting. Okay. So 6 planks, which is 3 logs. So we have 6 times 3, which is 18. And we've got 4 on the donkey. So that gives us 19? Yes, we have 19 logs total. So we're only taking 18, we're leaving 1 on the donkey right now. We're going to turn these into planks for the roof of that sewing shed. I hear you, donkey. This should be a fairly quick craft. Good time for a drink. 3 more. The sad part is we don't even have any real reason to upgrade the sewing hut because we're not actually using it for anything. We're just using it to soak XP points right now. Oh, there's a log I can pull. There's another one. Some of these are going to have to come out to get the houses in there. But for now, we're just going to leave them. Because if we don't need the space right away, then we can sit on them and hopefully get extra trees out of them. I made way too many planks. These were not 3 separate sections. They were only 2 sections. Well, that's alright, because the extra planks we can use for the houses that we're going to build. So there we go. That's the sewing hut too. Wow, they're actually using the furniture on the fire. I'm excited about that. Okay, not handicrafting. We wanted buildings, we wanted production, and we want forge tier 2. Smithy tier 2, rather. Okay. So what are we looking at for this? We can use our planks here. Okay, so it looks like we need 6 more logs for that. 5 and 12 is 17. 18, 19, 20, 21, and then 6 is 27. We need 27 logs total. And that'll finish off the smithy. You're still not done with the initial grubbing. We might have to help her towards the end of the season to get everything planted in time. She's still grubbing, and I was not expecting her to move that slow. Where's her partner? Didn't we move him back? What you doing, champ? Oh no, he is putting manure down. He's working. What time is it? I might be grousing about nothing. Yeah, it's 9 in the morning. I'm grousing about nothing. They just got to work today. That's what's going on. That one's on me. Worst boss ever. Why didn't you work all night like I did? Huh? Oh, watch your head. Who are you? Nah, God. Okay, so we needed 27 logs. What are we looking at? We've currently got 13. $14, 15. 16, 17, 18, 19. Come here, donkey. I know, I'm just gonna load you down. Well, we need to eat. Some pottage. We're gonna have to make some more food here shortly. On the upside, we have a bastard lot of sticks now, which is going to come in very, very handy. Whoop! So why are you using pickaxes to get me rocks if you're just walking around picking them up? I feel like that should not cost me pickaxes. I mean, hell, I could have done that. Five. Getting a lot of feathers from trees. I knew that they drop feathers. I didn't realize just how many. I feel like this is more efficient than the damn bird traps are. I hear you, donkey. Whoops. We overshot. We chopped down 31 instead of 27. Oh, she's gonna catch you, buddy. You better get cracking with that fertilizer. I think she is moving slightly faster than him, which is not good. Maybe on par. They finished at about the same time that time. So let's see how this one goes. Nah, they're pacing. We should be okay, I hope. The problem back in the day used to be that they would catch up to each other and then one would stop working for the day. So I'm just trying to keep an eye on them to make sure that that doesn't happen. Because if that does happen, then we're going to wind up short and have to sow some crap ourselves. Okay. Oh, right. I put somebody in the kitchen and then never told her what to make. Ha ha! So, that would get us food, actually. We can have her make pottage. Out of cabbage and meat, yeah. We're just gonna have you make pottage. That's your goal in life. Until you run out of bowls, you are making pottage. Actually, while we still have onions left, let's do a 50-50 split of pottage and... not porridge. Wait, you can... oh no. Okay, it does say locked. Pottage and... what was the other? Meat and gravy, yeah. There we go. That's your job now. Take our extra rot. How are we doing on foods in here? We've got plenty of cabbage. Got plenty of meat. We're going to take a bunch of meat and fill up the rot containers for next season. Just before, so I don't forget, because I will forget. I don't know if that's enough meat or not. Nope. That's not even enough meat to fill one. So we need 1.4... so we need 31.4 kilograms of meat. Although, to be honest, cabbage fills it up faster. So let's do 31.4 kilograms of cabbage. Yeah. Because cabbage tends to give me more rot than meat does, and I think it's because it weighs less. So the rot per amount comes out more in our favor. That should work out. Yeah, that worked out perfect. Excellent. So it's the difference between needing 3 of those containers and only needing 2. Using the rot instead, or the cabbage instead. So we're going to go ahead and put our excess meat in here. And we are also going to put our wooden bowls in here. And then we're just going to go and take 3 out of storage now that we have somebody that's actually cooking. So we don't have to stop and cook every 10 minutes anymore. So we're going to take 4. We can eat 1 now. Nah, it's a waste to eat 1 now. Okay. So, what did we need for the roof? We needed... Three, 6. So we need 6 of these logs to go towards making roof tiles. Or planks, rather, to use as roof tiles. And then the rest are just going to be straight logs that we use. I really need to build a second one of these carpenter racks, or carpenter forestry huts, so that we can have one that does nothing but gather logs, and then we can have one that gathers sticks and makes firewood. And that way we can completely automate the firewood and just ignore it, because we can have them gather the logs and use the amount of logs that they need, that they gather, as firewood. So it evens out. And then we could get more sticks that way, and have one just focus on logs for building. The planks I don't mind making ourselves, they're not that big of a deal. Okay, I'll take like 20 of them. I was 1 off. If I'd have grabbed 21, we'd have been fine. And there we go. Our smithy tier 2 is finished. Actually, it looks really nice. So the first one was sticks, the second one is wood. I'm wondering if the third upgrade is going to be cobble like those are. Because if it is, I will be very happy with that. Okay. So when we placed these, we faced exactly east to put these houses in. So the ones in the back are going to go exactly west. So we're going to build a tier 3 house. And this is going to be a little awkward. Seriously? Must be the stumps. So let's pull out these stumps. Oh, I just got the achievement for removing 100 stumps. Excellent. I was worried I wouldn't get it because I'd been so conservative. So we are going to have to pull some of these trees down. Just to make room for the houses. Most of these achievements I would have already had if they were a thing back in early access days, but they weren't, so it is what it is. Okay. So we don't want it to interfere over much with our field if we can help it. So we want to be facing west. As close to direct west as we can get. Okay. Now we know I want this edge even with this. Like so, yep. So we're just going to run straight back until it lets us place it. There it is. Wow, these houses are huge. And right on the edge of the field, like I wanted. Look at that. That's nice. I can't wait to see what this looks like when it's finished. I have so many sticks on me. I think we're not just going to be threshing at the end of the stream. I think we're also going to be making some baskets just because we have an ungodly amount of sticks right now. And we need to get them out of storage to make room for other stuff. Baskets are nice and light as well, so they make good money makers as well. So what we try to do for the money makers to figure out what the quote-unquote best are is you need to figure out how many materials it takes to, one, create the item. So you're looking at the time investment there as part of the cost, and then you need to figure out how much the final product is worth. So that's going to be part of your cost as well. And then you need to figure out how much it weighs. Because if you have something that's worth a bunch more, but it's super heavy, then you're losing a bunch of time running back and forth between town and your house trying to sell them off. So it's not just a materials over money, it's materials over money over weight. Well, that worked out perfectly. I had just enough logs from clearing this area to build the framework. Alright, we're going to edit these. So we need a window for stone. We need a door for stone. We need a window for stone. We need a wall for stone. Wall for stone. Wall for stone. This is actually the first time for me ever having seen the tier 3 houses. I am excited for this. I'm very, very excited for this. Okay, and then our roofing, we need to change that over to the tile roofing. Oh, there's only 2 roofings? Okay. That is a lot of planks, though. This is going to take a bastard amount of wood. And almost no sticks, so now we're getting all of these sticks that we don't actually need anymore. And we're out of rocks. Only need 2. Only need 1. Oh. So we are going to have to go and commandeer some more rocks from storage. Just for the building process. 1, 2, and 3. So all of these stumps that I was trying to be nice and leave in now have to go to make room for these houses because they are so much bigger than I thought they were. This thing's going to be massive. Didn't our donkey have some more logs on him? I don't even know where our donkey is. There he is. He's got 4 on him. He's better than nothing. Okay, good, good, good. 1, 1, 1, 1, 2. So we still need... Nope, that's it on the base for logs. So now it's all about the tops. So 1, 2, and then... So 22 per side. We need 44 logs. Holy jeez. 44 logs just for the roof. This is nuts. Alright, so we need 1, 2. Oh, I forgot the interior too. So there's another 3 logs. So now we need 40 logs even. And we need to turn them all into planks. Let's see what we've got in storage. Let's see how busy the townsfolk have been for us. I heard our baby laughing. Nope, 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 nope. Okay. So what do we have for logs? We have 40! We have 40 logs. Alright. That worked out like nothing ever works out for me, and I am worried that something's going to go horribly wrong, because that's not how my life works. It's just not. Alright, we gotta make sure that we let the donkey let us off close enough to interact with this, because we're not moving once we get off of him. Excuse me. So we gotta free up our workstation, which thankfully isn't gonna hurt anything. So they actually, with the exception of the farmers, they begin working from the moment they step out of their front door, even before they get to work. The farmers are the only ones that matter. So you want to make sure to build your housing hut for your farmers near your fields. And you want to make sure that they have their supplies handy. Everybody else, you can... their work works the whole time that they're away. So like when we go to build our mine at the cave, even though he's not going to make it to the cave before the end of the day, like he's not going to make it all the way to his workstation before he turns around and comes home, he will still produce for us from the time he leaves his house to the time he goes back in. Well, we're halfway through the planks. That's not that bad. Thankfully, they're only a few seconds apiece. And then our first tier 3 house is going to be done. This will be the first time I've ever actually seen one. I'm super excited about this. Not to mention all that tasty building experience getting us towards the mine. I want that as soon as possible because that's going to really help with our resource drain for making tools and whatnot. Oh. And like I say every time that we have a long craft, I know that there's a quick craft and I know that that would be ideal for streaming, but we are trying to do vanilla for this playthrough, and the changing the amount of time it takes to craft things actually changes the economy of the game, because that time spent crafting, the days progress, so it's going to make your time worth a little bit more, the money value of time. So it directly changes the economy by speeding up your crafting. That's the main reason that we're not doing it at this point. We are trying to leave everything vanilla for this particular series. Any future series, I will most definitely do that. But for this one, we're going to keep it the way that we are. And like, we still have a bunch of oat waiting to be threshed, and I'll just do that at the I'll start it at the very end of the stream and do that off screen, so nobody has to sit through 20 minutes of me threshing grain. But it does. It changes your priorities because of the amount of time that it takes, and the time in the game is progressing the entire time. So it does really change your economy and how much something is worth to you because of the time spent crafting it. But for people that are playing along or not streaming or just doing their own thing, absolutely turn that on. If you want to. I mean, you don't have to, but it will make your life easier. Alright, so this will be the roof complete. So now it's all about the rocks. And one log, apparently. 2 logs. I forgot 2 logs. Do we have 2 stumps that we can pull? There's 1 stump. We have another stump somewhere that we can pull. Maybe near the farm or something. Here we go. Alright, now it's all about rocks. So we're looking at 24, 32, 38, 46, 54, 60, 68, 71, 75, 86. We're looking at 86 rocks that we need. Probably more, because we all know I'm notorious for miscounting things. I count things so often, I don't know how I miscount things, but... Would I say 86? That sounds right. Of course, it would probably help if I didn't constantly forget what I was supposed to be grabbing, too. Stones. Thankfully, we have plenty of stones. So we're going to grab 86. And we are going to... Look at me, donkey! There we go. Can he hold all 86, or is that going to make him too overburdened? Yeah! Yeah, he can. Okay. Okay. So let's go ahead. I think we have some rye bread on us. We do. So we're going to eat that. And we're going to go ahead and take a drink out of our bucket. A couple drinks, looks like. There we go. Alright, so we're going to take him over there and see... what we can do. So you do... I don't know if the donkey can get stuck inside the house or not. Frankly, I'm worried that he can, so I've just been paranoid about it. But I'm going to leave one of the panels off until we get the donkey out of the house. But as soon as we start that build process... copper tools. There we go. As soon as we grab the rocks off of him to start the build process, we're not going to be able to move. So that's why I put him inside the house to begin with, and then we're just going to leave one of the panels off so that we can walk him out. Probably the door, because it's got the ramp on it. I know fall damage is a thing. I don't know how far the horses and or donkeys can fall before taking fall damage, so I've tried to be very, very careful. But I know they can die through fall damage. And when they cost several thousand coins, it's not worth it to lose them to something stupid like that. Of course, we're going to finish it in the dark. So the doorway is one stone away from being completed, so we can walk the donkey out, turn it around, and finish it. Oh right, the top up here, I forgot about that. I was off by one. Oh, no, I wasn't off by one. I just said that we were leaving one off the door. Oh, the memory and attention span of a squirrel on crack. That is me. Alright, here we go. This is going to be our tier 3 house. That we can't see because it's dark. It's definitely huge. I'll give it that. What's the inside look like? 2, single bed. This looks nice. I like it. I really like it. Alright, so let's take that couple that we've got living in our temporary house, and we're going to move them in here. So we're going to say... Nope, that's not the way to do it. Who is living in the simple small house? So the one with the little character on there is ours. So we want to look at this one. So we've got Balduina and Samagast. So we're going to go into our brand new house and move Balduina and see if it gives us the option. Nope. So we're also going to move Samagast. And it looks like they are not paired yet. I don't know why. Those two look like they paired off. I don't know what the qualifier is for them to pair off, honestly. But we are going to leave our current temporary house in place still, because we might grab some more village people. Not those village people. But I don't know where we're going to put them elsewise until we get more houses built, and we basically bankrupted ourselves on logs building that one. Which is fine. I mean, it's not a big deal. It's what they're there for. But I don't want to go ham on building extra houses when we can throw them in here for temporary reasons. So we're gonna look in here. We're gonna put our feathers in here. Where's our sticks? Sticky sticks. Sticks. We had 149 sticks from the crap we cut down. Okay, so our stone pickaxe is almost broke. We might as well throw it in here too. We'll just make another one. Same with that shovel. We do have a copper axe for when our regular axe breaks again. We'll just switch to that from the stone axe. Yeah, we're in pretty good shape here, I think. So let's go ahead and rest. Did we, in our technology, So we got the house. The woodshed too, we're not quite there yet. So that'll let us make hanging lanterns and things for inside the houses. And palisades, if we wanted to build a wall around the... But it'll also let us do things like wooden tables and decorative wooden shelters, which I'm really looking forward to. There's the recurve bow. We just need the money for it. We're not quite there yet. So food storage 2. It looks like we are very, very close to food storage 2. And then for our building, we just got the sewing hut 2. We're headed towards kitchen. So how are we doing on... So there's the mine. So the mine requires 5,000 and we're at 1,600 right now. So we're going to have to do quite a bit more building to get where we want to be. The food storage, barn, then stable. So we need to get to 2,000 and we're almost halfway to the stable. We're getting there. So what we're going to do for right now is we're going to grab the rest of this limestone and see if we can't finish off that one house that we've been working on. So this only needs 1. Whoops. And that only needs 1. This needs 8. We might be able... This might be it. This might be enough to finish it. There we go. Yes! This house is completely insulated now. Fantastic. Now something we could do is start upgrading our own house into stone, but first I want to see about the fields. Make sure that we're going to get everything done in time. So it looks like... So these are already planted with rye? I don't... Oh, no. No. Cancel. That's flax. I'm just struggling right now. Yes, those are flax. And then our other field is set up for our oats. So let's do the oats ourselves. We can do that. We can do that in the night, because we don't really need to be able to see to do that. So let's equip you. And then we also need a bag. So let's take the one that's mostly damaged, because we don't really need a whole one for this. That's going to go into 8. We're also going to need 30 fertilizer. Unfertilized, 8. Field, fertilizer, and away we go. Oh, that was 15. Okay. so at least we'll have some animal feed coming up, which means we're going to need to save up. I really want to get the recipe for the recurve bow, but at this point it's not priority. I mean, our other recurve bow lasted us almost 2 years. So we're going to hope, and we didn't have hunters back then, so we're going to hope that it lasts us a little bit longer this time. We're basically using it for defensive hunting at the very least, but mostly just defense. So we're going to try and get some piggies for our spot that because we already built our pig house. Unfortunately, I built it a little bit too far forward, so fencing it in isn't going to do the good that I thought it was going to do. Where is our oats? There we go. And they're going to wind up in the thoroughfare, but I mean, it is what it is. We're peasants, we don't know any better. But I want to get them going so that we don't have to consistently rot food anymore. Although at this point, with the size of our fields, I feel like rotting the food is actually helpful, because we have so bloody much cabbage right now. It's ridiculous. And I wouldn't mind taking some of it to sell, but the weight versus the amount of money that you make off of it, it's not the most efficient to sell. Although with the donkey, I mean, maybe. Because we're going to plant cabbage next season. Which is like, you know, once the sun rises, we're in the last day of this season. So we still have almost 1,000 cabbage left, and we're about to get 1,000 more. Well, more than 1,000 more. Although we're not going to wind up with as much because this backfield isn't going to be cabbage and flax anymore. It's just going to be wheat and oat. Or not wheat, oat and rye. Okay, so let's put the bag back. And we'll put the hoe back. Okay. Now, how are you guys doing on... Did you guys run out of seeds? Yeah, see, I have to... That's why I've been putting 150 seeds in here. Is they're only sowing 100 plots. And it says that they've done 25, but they've used 26 seeds. So that's why I've been over-supplying them, because they seem to struggle sometimes. But they have a full day to get the rest of this planted. So I'm not going to fool with it. I'm just going to let them do their thing. If we get towards the night of the next day and they're still not finished, then I'll come and step in. But I don't want to waste a bunch of time doing that while they then just stand around for the rest of their time. So we've got... We're going to need another farmer for the pigs. And we're going to need another farmer for the donkey shack. That's not super important straight out the gates, though. So let's see what we've got for... Yeah, we need a potage. And we can put our empty bowls in here now that we know that they're going to be taken care of. We don't have to actually cook the food ourselves anymore. And if we look at... Oh, we have a bunch of potage about to go bad. And a bunch of roasted meat about to go bad, but that's because the onions we're not really fooling with anymore. Oh, right. Whole thing... yeah. See, we still have 800 cabbage. And this is from 2 different years. And then we'll get around 1,000 from next season's harvest. And that's not count... How many cabbage makes... So 150 cabbage. So there's another 300 cabbage that we're putting in there for rot right now. Like, it's just ridiculous. So there's 114 rot. So let's go ahead and make extra fertilizer out of that just to get rid of it. Alright. Okay. So it looks like we're in some pretty good shape right now. Now let's see how they did with the tool making. We should have some stone. So there were some stone sickles. There was at least one stone sickle made. I don't see any stone pickaxes. It looks like they did make a stone hoe. Did we have her on stone pickaxes? Management, production, forge, or smithy rather. Oh, it's because we upgraded it. There we go. And then the other building that we upgraded was the sewing hut, so that's not really a problem. What's the issue here? No assignments in the workshop. What could we have them make in the workshop that would be worth our time? We could have them do clay vial? Yeah. I don't know how much clay we have left, but let's have them do clay vials. We'll say half. And then we'll have them do 1 bucket's worth. Oh, they need planks for buckets. No, we're not having them do buckets. What do they need for wooden vials? Actually, we could have them do the basket for us. Yeah, let's have them do half as the basket. So that'll help alleviate some of the sticks. And that's stuff that we don't have to craft, which is always fun. And neither of those take any kind of materials, so they're good to go there. Okay, now our smithy. We've got her making these things. Yeah, we definitely need 1 on the pickaxe because we don't want to run out of those. The hoes and the sickles, it's not really a problem. So she is making pickaxes. We're not using shovels anymore, I don't think. I think we're only using pickaxes. Stone hoe, we've got her on, so that's fine. Stone axes, that was something that we needed her to do. So we're going to drop the wooden hammer back to like, well, let's see, about half. We'll do stone axe. It's around half. What if we drop this back to 1.5? There we go. There we go. That works for me. Alright. Now we do need to make some arrows. So we're going to take... How many copper arrows do we have? We have 20. Because eventually, once we run out of these stone arrows, we're not going to be making stone... We're not going to be using stone arrows anymore. So we're going to take... We have 20. I want at least 40. 30 is probably fine. So they're 0.1 per 10. So if we had half a pound of arrows at 0.5, let's go for half a pound. So we're going to need to make 3, which is going to be 30 feathers. And it's going to be... I want to say 30 sticks, but I feel like that's not right. But that's okay, because any excess sticks we can find another use for. And then we're going to need some copper, obviously. I think it's 2 per, so I think we're looking at 6. But let's double check. Not wooden weapons. Copper weapons. Copper arrow. It is 2 per 10. So we are looking at 6. I was right. Somebody want to write that on the calendar? Copper weapons. Copper arrows. Oh, look, we can make... Oh, those are bolts. Okay. I don't know why they don't have... Because they have that bludgeon that you can make. I'm kind of surprised that they don't have, like, a mace of some sort. Or a sword. It wouldn't be that outlandish to have peasants with swords. So, yeah. We can actually probably sell off the rest of our... So we're looking at 35 damage for copper arrows versus 25 damage for stone arrows. So that's a 10 damage increase. And then 55, which is 20 more for iron arrows, which is why we're saving those for the bear. But I think that's what we're going to do. I think we are going to put our stone arrows in the for sale pile for now. And I think in the morning that's what we're going to do, is we're going to run some stuff for sale. So we're going to make a handful more of these bags. Let's say, how many bags do we have? I don't know that there's any in here. I think they're all going to be over here. So we're going to want to make some extra bags for this. As these ones go through, the simple bags, they go through fairly quickly. They're down to 1. So let's make like 9 of them. Whoops. Okay, now we're going to make 8 of them. And then we're going to turn the rest of these into shoes to sell. The rest of this leather. Because shoes are actually a pretty good moneymaker. And we could realistically make bags, but I want to get somebody on the building before... I don't want to have to make all the bags myself. Like, make the regular bag, not the simple bag. Oh. Let's go ahead in here. We're going to make ourselves some shoes. So we only get 3 pairs, but that's 300. Well, it's going to be 210. Because remember, what you see as the value of something, they actually sell for half of that. So if we look at these shoes, they show 140. When we go to sell them to a vendor, they're only going to be 70. Because wait, didn't we put points in the skill for that? We did. So we get 20% better bartering price. So that's going to be a little bit better. That is going to be a little bit better than the ratio I just quoted. We're not getting half anymore. So we are going to get a little bit more than 210 just for those 3 pairs of shoes. Leather is quite profitable if used appropriately. Okay, we can put this extra limestone in there. Okay. So I think at this point what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and start threshing the grain. And there was something else that I was going to make that was going to take a lot of time. And I don't remember what it was now. But I imagine that we can make several knives as well. Oh, baskets, that's what I was going to make. Because we had so many sticks. And I don't want to give up the rocks because we're using those for building houses. But honestly, I might give up some of them because remember, it's a 5-2 for the knives. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to take 80, which is going to be 40 knives. So we're going to need 200. That's going to take 200 of our sticks. So we don't want to take them all. So we want to use some of them for other things. But that's what we're going to do. So I think we're gonna go ahead and stop the stream here for now. I am going to craft ourselves some knives, and then I'm going to go and thresh all of that rye that we picked, and then we will start off our next session with selling off the rye and seeing what we have for money, seeing what we can do about pigs, and trying to get ourselves some more farm hands. If you learned anything useful or had a good time, please don't forget to drop a like. If you're feeling friendly, maybe go ahead and subscribe. But either way, thanks for watching, and have a fantastic rest of your day, and we will catch you next time.